tweeted that after House Republicans stormed into the deposition the Democrat was leading in the impeachment inquiry. His fellow Democrats were angry, calling for ethics charges against the GOP lawmakers. Congressman Eric Swalwell.
They're doing this because this is what the guilty do. Innocent people cooperate with investigations. Innocent people follow the rules of the House.
But Republicans claim Democrats are doing all this in secret. Fox's Rachel Sutherland live in Washington.
Dave, Republicans held a sit-in inside a secure facility in the basement of the Capitol for hours, ordering pizza and delaying the deposition of Pentagon official Laura Cooper for hours. House Minority Whip Steve Scalise among those who want more transparency in the impeachment process.
Adam Schiff is running a Soviet-style process behind closed doors where he's trying to impeach a president of the United States in secret.
Cooper, the Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Russia, Ukraine, and Eurasia, was expected to shed more light on the temporary pause on military aid to Ukraine. Dave.
Rachel, the day after President Trump lifted sanctions on Turkey as a ceasefire holds in Syria, Defense Secretary Mark Esper took shots at Turkey, saying the invasion was unwarranted and put us in a bad spot as a NATO ally with Turkey and an ally of the Kurds under attack in Syria.
The direction of Turkey with regard to the alliance is heading in the wrong direction. On any number of issues, we see them spinning closer into Russia's orbit than into the Western orbit.
Esper is in Brussels for a NATO meeting. Now an update on the 39 bodies found in the back of a refrigerated truck in England. They're believed to have frozen to death, and British police say they were all Chinese citizens. The truck driver's been questioned, not yet charged. An out-of-control wildfire has charred thousands of acres in Sonoma County, California, while the power's been cut there and in 16 other counties to prevent windy conditions from sparking more fires.
I know some people have been upset, but for me, I just remember how scary it was when the fires did happen.
The power is out for 180,000 homes and businesses. More could lose it today. America's listening to Fox News.
Wi-Fi is spelled W-I-F-I. Unfortunately for many people, it also spells TMI, as in too much information. Because Wi-Fi, whether public or right in your own home, even if it's password protected, isn't always private. Cybercriminals can use Wi-Fi to steal information you send and receive while online, whether that's credit card numbers, account login info, or your social security number. To help put a stop to TMI on Wi-Fi, you need Norton Secure VPN. That's Norton Secure Virtual Private Network. Simply install, log in once, and it uses bank-grade encryption for your personal information. Norton Secure VPN immediately helps keep your online activity on mobile devices and laptops private every time you're connected. Norton Secure VPN starts at $333 a month with an annual subscription. Go to norton.com/VPN. Don't let Wi-Fi, public or in your own home, mean TMI. Get Norton Secure VPN ASAP. After all, it's from Norton, the leader in consumer cybersecurity. Go to norton.com/VPN. Protection starts at less than $4 a month. Terms apply.
There was drama outside a Walmart late last night in El Paso, Texas, more than 2 months after the massacre inside a Walmart in that city. Last night, police shot and killed a man in a parking lot, confronting the driver of a possibly stolen SUV who police say refused to stop and started dragging officers. A sheriff's deputy shot dead in California.
El Dorado County Sheriff John DiAgostini says Deputy Brian Ishmael was shot and killed while responding to a call about a theft from a marijuana garden at a private home. An off-duty deputy from a neighboring county who was with Deputy Ishmael was shot and injured, but has since been released from the hospital. Ishmael had been with the department for 4 years.
He never had a bad day. He was a loving father and husband, and he leaves behind his wife and 3 children.
The sheriff said 2 Hispanic male adults were arrested, though one of them was injured in the shooting and taken to a hospital. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Another mom sentenced to go to prison in scandal.
Jane Buckingham of Los Angeles, California, is the latest parent to be sentenced in the college admission scandal for her admitted role. She's the best-selling author of The Modern Girl's Guide to Motherhood. She tearfully apologized before the judge to families and students who didn't have the advantages she had. Prosecutors say Buckingham agreed to pay $50,000 through the mastermind's phony charity to have Rick Singer arrange to have a stand-in take the ACT in place of her son. Here she is, previously offering parenting advice online.
Don't let guilt be your guide.
Singer even asked Buckingham for a handwriting sample so her son's style could be matched. Buckingham emailed a sample with a note saying, "Good luck with this."
Fox's Molly Lyon. Buckingham got a 3-week sentence. On Wall Street, stock futures up modestly before the opening bell. A blowout at the World Series.
That's into center field, and a couple more will score.
Washington scored 6 runs to break a 7th-inning tie. The Nationals went on to beat the Astros in Houston 12-3 on Fox. Washington's won 8 straight playoff games, leads the series 2-0. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Local news now brought to you by your 217 mortgage team at Illinois National Bank. Had a nice chat with Justin Gensler the other day.
Great guy.
Oh, yeah. When you plan to buy your next home, go with Justin Gensler and the 217 Mortgage team at Illinois National Bank. Visit them at their new location, 217 South Neal, downtown Champaign.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. The Urbana Park District has earned the Illinois Association of Park Districts Art in the Park Award. It'll be presented at a gala next week. A new study says Illinois is among the worst states to retire. Bankrate, a consumer financial services company, said Illinois was the fourth worst state to retire. The study says costs are the main issue. Illinois ranked 40th in affordability and 49th in wellness compared to other states. The study does credit Illinois for its farmland, forests, rolling hills, and wetlands. Probation is the sentence for a man who was shot after entering another person's house. The News Gazette says Don Trey Wilkerson pleaded guilty to attempted home invasion for the incident that happened on November 25th of 2017. It apparently started with a fight outside a home in the 600 block of English Creek Court in Champaign. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Have you ever wished you could throw the challenge flag in real life so that you could slow everything down and let the experts take a second look? Mortgage lenders are like referees. Some are better than others, and sometimes even the best miss a call. If you aren't 100% sure that you're getting the best possible deal on your mortgage, call me, David Nelson, and the team of local mortgage experts at INB to throw the challenge flag on your mortgage lender today.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 47721. Davidson MLS is 1718338.
Here's your weather, brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist. From simple to simply magnificent, they turn your feelings into flowers. Village at the Crossing Champaign on Cunningham and Urbana, 367-ROSE or blossombasket.com. Good morning, Diane Ducey.
Morning, Stevie. Some clouds today, high 55, low 41, 56 the high tomorrow, morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, down to around 39 in the evening. The rainy spot of the weekend is on Saturday with a high 57, low 47, 62 with partly cloudy conditions on Sunday. Right now the temperature's at 45. ESPN 93.5.
I told you I'll take the Nationals and hot over better anytime, and that's what's happened. What if the Cardinals feel better? You're steamrolling Houston, who just, I didn't think anybody could do that. The Nationals are hot, so the World Series might not last very long. Now 3 games in Washington. Will it even go back to Houston? Maybe, but hot is hot. And Washington has won 6 in a row. 4 on the Cardinals. Well, I think longer than that because they beat the Dodgers in Game 5. Then they swept the Cardinals. Now they're sweeping Houston. That's stunning. I mean, wow, this is just what's called the team of destiny. Washington Nationals. Okay. U.S. Attorney John Durham's investigation into the intelligence and law enforcement community's handling of the Russia probe is quietly but steadily expanding under the shadow of the high-profile House impeachment inquiry against President Trump and could represent something of a wild card in the president's attempts to fight back. If the rumors are true that IG Horowitz's reports and findings in Durham's reviews will blast the conduct of the FBI's Russia investigation, it'll give Donald Trump a lot of ammo to support his argument that he was unjustly targeted. Republican strategist Matt Brooks. Is it a story if no one covers it, Matt?
That's a great question, Stevie. Thanks for having me on this morning. I do think that is one of the real untold stories of this whole issue so far, going back to the very genesis of all this, which was the texts and the efforts back and forth with members of the FBI trying to figure out how, after the election, they could undermine the presidency of President Trump. And then we saw, all of the dust that they had stirred up being disproved by the Mueller report after an exhaustive and expensive investigation. And now we're seeing it all over again with this whistleblower issue with a member, a whistleblower deep in the bureaucracy of the federal government, in which there is a whole squadron of folks who want to undermine this president and end his presidency. And I think that whether it's the Horowitz investigation or the investigation by the U.S. Attorney John Durham out of Connecticut, looking into all of these abuses and all these efforts by members of the deep state, deep within the bureaucracy of government to undermine this president. I think it's going to be a real eye-opening. The findings are going to be very eye-opening for the American people.
We've never had, I know we've had partisan people that are in the bureaucracy, but they've never been this active, have they? Or have they?
No, and I've been doing this for quite a while. I've been working with Republican administrations back to President Reagan, and I will tell you that in the course of all of my interactions, I have run into numerous times people within the bureaucracy who had a very different political agenda from that of the president that they ostensibly were serving. And I once asked them, is it frustrating? I asked one of those persons who was telling me, and I asked if it was frustrating being in the bureaucracy with a Republican president. They said, no, we're going to do what we want to do. The president will be gone in a few years, and we'll still be here. And that's their mindset is that they are entrenched, and presidents come and go. And, they're the ones who are really going to be pulling the levers of getting things done. And they can either be a value-added force in terms of helping to promote and get the president's agenda done, but they can also, as we're seeing now and elsewhere, really gum up the works and bring things to a grinding halt.
When Durham's report comes out, you know what, Matt, it can say anything. I mean, it might say everything, but I don't think anybody will give it much time, and so it won't penetrate. I mean, we have people going to soccer practice, so we trust our media to inform me so that I can make that judgment based on the facts. And I think we've kind of lost that. I think we have so much partisanship, and I'm not sure it's on the ground level. I think a lot of reporters are willing to cover stuff, and I think the guys in the white shirts say, no, you're not doing that. And nobody cares.
No, I think, Stevie, I think that's a great point. I mean, I think there is definitely an information fatigue on the part of the American people. I've traveled extensively in terms of, political campaigns in the Midwest and elsewhere these days. And I will tell you, you're exactly right. The folks that I talk to, the soccer moms are worried about education. They're worried about, making sure the economy is staying strong. They're worried about making sure that their kids are safe. And I think a lot of people are tuning this out. And I do think, though, ultimately, and we're seeing it now, I think the Democrats are misplaying their hand by running a process in the House that is neither fair nor transparent. And I think the American people are smart enough to see that the Democrats are trying to put their thumb on the scale and to control a process to selectively leak out information now that paints the president in the worst possible light without any regard to the real facts.
Just a tip,
I think all of that's going to backfire.
Just a tip to the Democrats: when you start screaming on day 3 in November of 2016 that this president should be impeached, and you've gone through about 10 things, you lose a little credibility on really what you have because you're trying to impeach him on anything. So it doesn't seem to it lost all credibility with me. And then the closed door, they won't take the vote. I mean, I think the House still might do this, and I think it will backfire, just like, all the empathy for Bill Clinton in the late 90s after that happened.
Well, that's a great lesson to look toward, because obviously after the Republicans' efforts against Bill Clinton, which in some ways mirror very closely what we're going through now, it did backfire. We paid a huge price, not only in terms of the reelection of Bill Clinton, but also losing control of the House and losing significant House seats and Senate seats.
Matt,
so it's a cautionary tale.
If Bill Clinton wasn't this, listen, Donald Trump does things on Twitter I wouldn't do. I just wouldn't do that stuff. I know he's a New Yorker. I know he's back in your face. I know that if you hit him, he hits you harder. I think people get real fatigued with that. If he had any kind of feeling of humble, it would go a long way, but I just don't think that's possible. It doesn't feel like it anyway.
Well, I think that, that's, if you ask the president, he's going to say that, people have been telling him that since he first went down the escalator in 2015, and it got him elected. And, I've never met anybody with a political antenna to read a crowd and to read the people like this president. And
he's just got that, but he gets into these Twitter things that are 2 days of stuff that maybe it's all intentional, but it's unnecessary. And I'm tired of all of that stuff. It's like 6th grade on the playground. I'm tired of it. And I'm going to vote for the guy because there's no other choice. I have no choice. There is no option when you're going that far left. The Democrats have to destroy him because they've got nothing at this point that is really going to appeal to the mainstream and the independents in the middle, because there's no middle. It's unbelievable what happened to the Democrats.
Steve, I think that's a great point. I mean, they realize that they can't undo the results of 2016 or prevent the president from being reelected in 2020 based on the votes of the American people, and so they're going to try and do it, through effectively a bloodless coup right now.
Well, last question, Matt Brooks, what happens? I mean, if Donald Trump wins again, it's not going to be kumbaya. It's going to be more struggle and partisanship and fighting and Antifa. How does this ever calm down? I think the left has gone so far, there is no talking. It's all submission. If you don't submit to the far left, then you're on the outside looking in. Is that right?
There's no question. I have actually said that I think this is the most consequential election in terms of the future for our country since 1972. I mean, we have I think that the Democratic nominee is likely going to be Elizabeth Warren, but you will have as stark a contrast between two visions of America as you did between Richard Nixon and George McGovern. And I think the American people, given that binary choice, will side with President Trump and hopefully allow us to also bring along a large enough influx of new members of the House to get control of the House back and really start to be able to effectuate some real policy gains beyond what this president has already done.
Republican strategist Matt Brooks, how do people connect with you, Matt?
You can follow me on Twitter at mbrooksrjc.
Appreciate your time and insight. It's going to be an interesting 12 months. Thanks so much, Matt.
It is. Thank you, Stevie.
You bet. Good talking to you, Bet. ESPN 93.5, Matt Brooks, a Republican strategist. You can always text in 359-2255 as we jump to our sports headline.
All right, Stevie, in the World Series, the Washington Nationals are up 2-0 after they beat the Astros 12-3 yesterday. Do we have a bit of a summary?
Yes, we do. Matt Napolitano in Houston.
Power at the plate guides the Washington Nationals to a Game 2 win.
Here's one hammered in the left. Off the bat of Suzuki and gone.
Joe Buck on Fox. Kurt Suzuki's solo shot gives the Nationals back the lead in the top of the 7th inning, starting a 6-run frame in that inning for the Nats as they would go on to score 10 unanswered runs in their 12-3 win over the Houston Astros in World Series Game 2. Adam Eaton and Michael A. Taylor would also homer in that win. The Nationals now with a 2-0 series lead in the Fall Classic as it makes its way to the nation's capital for Game 3 on Friday. Matt Napolitano, Fox News.
It looks like the Astros will use Zach Greinke on the mound. He's phenomenal. So is Anibal Sanchez, for that matter.
I don't know. I don't think anybody's beaten Washington. They're just steamrolling, and it happens, and It's happening for the never-before Washington Nationals ever have won a World Series.
I know. It's pretty exciting for them.
They'll be pretty jacked out there.
My sister Susan lives in the D.C. area, and she's got a Washington Nationals banner on her porch right now.
Go.
So, Hornets over the Bulls, 126-125. Detroit over the Pacers, 119-110. The NBA season is out of the gate for some local favorites, and Milwaukee is at Houston tonight. It looks like Penn State beat the Illini in thrilling 5 matches.
We were up 2-0. We were up 2 games to none.
I know it.
And they came storming back, won Game 5, 15-13. I watched it.
I know.
Tough one. I'm telling you, we're 9-9. The teams we have played, it's like ranked every night.
I know. Penn State at number 8. So, Illini soccer in action tonight with a Halloween theme, and then it's a pink out for our volleyball team on Saturday as Ohio State comes to Huff Hall. So you might want to take note of that.
Weather brought to you by Gerber Collision. When do you get it to Gerber Collision? When you back into somebody who's backing out, that's when you get it to Gerber. Locations throughout central Illinois. Visit GerberCollision.com or call 8777-GERBER to find your nearest Gerber location.
Cloudy with a high 55, 41 our low tonight. Morning clouds, then afternoon sunshine tomorrow. High 56, low 39. An 80% chance of showers on Saturday. High 57, low 46. Partly cloudy with a high 62 on Sunday. That's when we have our trick-or-treating with the stars with the women's basketball team. U of I Community Credit Union and ShamBanaMoms.com. It's 3 to 5 on Sunday at 4th and St. Mary's Road. 44 now. ESPN 93.5.
Fox Business Minute brought to you by Starla Car, Provident Financial Group in Champaign, where partnerships are built on trust. Find Starla at Provident Financial Group, LLC.com. It's 7:20 in Champaign-Urbana.
I'm Deirdre Bolton, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Shares for carmaker Tesla up almost 20% in pre-market trading after a strong quarterly report. This as several other major companies are scheduled to release quarterly results later today, including American Airlines, Amazon, and Visa. 6 states reaching a $700 million settlement with drug distributor Reckitt Beckisser. This follows an investigation into their role into the country's opioid epidemic. That company is accused of falsely advertising a drug to treat opioid addiction. Good news, drivers. Gas prices appear to be slowly ticking down. AAA reports the nationwide average for a gallon of regular is down about 4 cents from this time last week. On Wall Street, stock futures are up as markets overseas are also on the rise. This a day after the Dow gained 46 points. The NASDAQ added 15 points. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Tom Graham, invested in you.
I'm Maria Bartiromo from Fox Business. My parents lived the American dream. My father cooked in his restaurant. I was the coat check girl. Today, I'm still working the hardest I've ever worked, giving my viewers every tool I can to help them succeed.
I'm Stuart Varney from Fox Business. My first investment, traveling the world for about 5 years and ending up right here in America. Damn good investment, actually. Fox Business.
Invested in you.
Why do so many go to Honda BMW of Champaign? Is it the selection of hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles? The easy location off Neal at Burwash Savoy? Or the fact that they're an award-winning dealership getting incredible reviews year after year from their customers? Yes, it's all of the above. Before you buy your next vehicle, give Honda BMW of Champaign a chance to earn your business. Honda BMW off Neal at Burwash Savoy, or go online, drivechampaign.com.
I'm officially a Vivid Seats Hall of Famer.
A what?
Vivid Seats launched a new app with Vivid Seats Rewards, and I earn credit on every purchase I make through the new Vivid Seats app. The more live events you attend, the more you earn.
Was it hard to join?
Nope. All I had to do was download the Vivid Seats app and use it to buy my tickets. The more you spend through the app, the more credits you earn.
Don't just get any seat. Get a Vivid Seat.
Did you know the manufacturing industry employs more than 11,700 women and men in Champaign County? Join Champaign County EDC and the Atkins Group as we celebrate National Manufacturing Day and Illinois Manufacturing Month this October. Local companies like Latania Sports Group, APL Engineered Materials, and Apprentice are opening their doors to the public for tours, and we're proud to celebrate their contribution to our local economy. To learn more and register for these tours, visit mfgday.com. That's mfgday.com.
If your engine or transmission isn't running the way it should and you're not prepared to invest cash in a different vehicle, Long's Garage in Urbana puts miles back into the one you're driving by installing a Jasper remanufactured engine or transmission. Jasper Engines and Transmissions backs their products with a nationwide 3-year, 100,000-mile parts and labor warranty. Call Long's Garage in Urbana at 367-3942 and ask for a Jasper remanufactured product.
Okay, ESPN 93.5, Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, your place to go before Thanksgiving and Christmas to make sure that the stove's going to work, the oven's going to be good, refrigerator's all right. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World, they still do the $35 stop by with their people, and then if you need something, it's more than $35, but for a house call, that's pretty cheap. They have all appliances, that's what they do, that's what they've done since 1977. 42 years of this. They have people well versed in the product, so you can go to the Champaign location, which is on North Neal before you get to the mall, and you can go in and somebody's going to say, "May I help you?" which is in this day and age kind of refreshing. Mm-hmm. Bosch, Frigidaire, GE, Whirlpool, and more. It's Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Go to appliance-world.com online. It's home of the free 10-year protection plan.
Wow!
It's Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Again, Champaign on Neal Street, online at appliance-world.com. Who's Mattress Mac? He's this Houston Astro guy that loves the Astros.
Okay.
He flew to Mississippi yesterday in his private jet. Apparently he's selling a lot of mattresses. This is taken from the plane.
You having fun? I like the Houston Astros. I love the Houston Astros, and have no qualms about betting on the Houston Astros.
Let's go. Let's get it done.
Astros.
Yep. Put $1 million on him last night.
Whoa.
He's bet $8.5 million on the Houston Astros.
Oh, my goodness.
To win the World Series. He is big into charities, big into veterans. He really helped during Hurricane Harvey.
Well, that's great.
He's a famous guy in Houston. Apparently, he's the mattress guy. Mattress Mac has $8.5 million bet on the Houston Astros now to win the World Series.
Good luck with that, Mattress Mac.
He's trying to find more people to take his bets. I bet there'll be more taking him this morning because now the odds are really, really long for the Astros to run back after losing the first two at home. Mattress Mac in Houston, apparently the mattress business is pretty darn good to be able to just casually take your jet and go throw $1 million on it. And then he got back in time for his seats for game 2.
Okay, then.
How many mattresses do you have to sell to be a Mattress Mac?
Wow.
Okay, Houlihan's has got it going on.
Yes, ate there yesterday and
You did.
had the wonderful new fall menu. Has this barbecued chicken flatbread as an appetizer. It was so delicious, and my daughter Anna and my son Aiden, Seth was there, Mike, we all had samples of it. It was delicious.
What was it again?
The barbecue chicken flatbread.
Ooh.
So it's kind of like a pizza, only instead of a red sauce, you have a barbecue sauce.
Ooh, I bet that's good.
It is.
Wow.
Has nice cheese on it, cilantro, red onions, pepper jack. So good stuff there if you want to have some appetizers. Of course, the happy apps and drink specials are 4 to 6 and then 9 to close. And of course, all day on Sunday. Sunday brunch is something you should think about too. I was looking over their fall menu and the steak wedge salad is on there, Stevie.
Yeah, we had that last Thursday before Jim Gaffigan. Yeah.
Baby back ribs, also a lemony chicken piccata, something you might want to try out.
Yeah.
And the apple desserts, of course, this time of year are delicious.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. Houlihan's is a great choice for you, and I love the Long Islands on Fridays.
It's Houlihan south of State Farm Center in Champaign. By the way, Jim Gaffigan, the comedian who was here last Thursday, read something about his wife who had brain cancer. And he was obviously extraordinarily concerned. But his wife encouraged him to make comedy out of it, to write about that. And you say, my wife had brain cancer, and I saw his show where he incorporated it. Said, my wife had brain cancer, and she's okay. And then he goes into stuff and says, but it's pretty hard to win an argument. Said, well, I have brain cancer. Well, that was last month. Anyway, so I thought that interesting because generally you don't joke about stuff like that.
That's right.
But he incorporated that into, not this last week's show, but it's on one of his specials. Okay, by the way, he went to Chicago either right before or right after our show and did 5 shows. 5 shows. Comedians can go knock them out because they do about an hour.
Right.
But just think about, the redundancy there, because I presume it's pretty much the same show.
Right.
On this tour, he's got this one down. It's a kind of a script, but it doesn't sound like a script because it's so well delivered.
Right.
But it fascinates me. These guys, slough around and do all the clubs and do all the stuff and do it for 30 years, and not much happens, then it happens.
Right.
And he's the 3rd richest comedian, valued at $25 million.
Whoa.
His total wealth for Jim Gaffigan.
He's
Good for
making
him.
a go of it, that's for sure.
As they say, making coin.
Exactly.
7:29. We're going right to the White House, my friends. It's Thursday. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, live. Next, ESPN 93.5.
It's cutting into your exercise time. It's stabbing you in the back 9. And it's attacking your peace of mind. It's pain, and it's getting in between you and the life you want to live. CBD Medic targets your pain at its source. It's fast-acting relief with active OTC ingredients, plus the added benefits of THC-free hemp oil. Get back to your life with CBD Medic, available online and at CVS. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Real estate investing can be very rewarding, especially here in Central Illinois. I'm Brad Bankston, mortgage lender at Malter Financial Group in Champaign. If you're looking forward to the wealth and passive income that having investment properties can bring, I have over a decade of experience in buying, financing, rehabbing, and managing investment properties. call me, Brad Bankson, 217-898-9616, and let's talk about how investing in real estate can be an important part of your long-term financial portfolio.
NMLS number 689928. Molitor Financial Group is an Illinois mortgage licensee.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery. Country Arbors is having our biggest sale of the year. Every plant in the nursery is at least 20% off, with select plants up to 50% off. These aren't merely leftover plants from the spring. We've been bringing in fresh new plants to keep the nursery fully stocked for the last big push going into winter. The best time to plant is now. Less transplant shock and less money. So come out to Country Arbors Nursery for the best selection of trees, shrubs, and perennials, and they're all on sale. For more information and directions, go to countryarbors.com. I'm Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery, and have a nice day.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Evacuations ordered north of San Francisco and wine country as a fire grows to 10,000 acres. Meanwhile, hundreds of thousands in California without power for the second time in 2 weeks because of safety shutdowns, with the utility worried about dangerously windy weather. Republicans upset over transparency, upsetting an impeachment deposition hearing.
More than 24 Republicans staged a protest in a secure facility called a SCIF, delaying the deposition of Pentagon official Laura Cooper for hours.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland.
Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell blasted Republicans for bringing in cell phones.
They may have brought in the Russians and the Chinese with electronics into a secured space.
According to House rules, only members of impeachment inquiry committees are allowed inside the SCIF.
The next witness slated to go before House committees Saturday's Ambassador Philip Reeker. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. Probation is the sentence for a man who was shot after entering another person's house. The News Gazette says Don Trey Wilkerson pleaded guilty to attempted home invasion for the incident that happened on November 25th of 2017. It apparently started with a fight outside a home in the 600 block of English Creek Court in Champaign. He entered the home of an acquaintance while armed with a nunchaku and ended up being shot by the resident. A third suspect connected to a July mugging in Urbana on July 20th has been sentenced to probation. Terry Childs admitted that day he took part in robbing a man who was walking in the 1800 block of South Cottage Grove Avenue. Police said the victim was walking at about 5 a.m. when he was approached by a man who tried to get his attention. Two other men started chasing him, and the three beat him and took his shoes, cell phone, and wallet before taking off. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
For expert service guaranteed, call 866-EXPERTS.
That number could save you up to 30% on your energy bills. When you call today, Chief Bauer Service Experts can hook you up with a furnace tune-up. Right now, save $61 on a furnace tune-up. Chief Bauer Service Experts, your hometown Champaign-Urbana tune-up pros.
Call 866-EXPERTS.
See website for license details.
Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of Fighting Illini Athletics, is proud to announce the release of their second annual Pink Ribbon Volleyball t-shirt in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The $25 long sleeve t-shirts are available now online at GameDaySpirit.com, in stores, or at each home volleyball game through the month of October. A portion of the proceeds will be donated to the Mills Breast Cancer Institute right here in Champaign-Urbana. Help the fight against breast cancer with Illinois Volleyball and Game Day Spirit, and go Illini!
Yeah, we're all actually looking forward to Purdue, Illinois Saturday.
Yes.
You can drive over to West Lafayette. Weather's going to be pretty good.
11 a.m. kick. They're saying 52 degrees at that time.
And I don't know what will happen. I have no idea. We're coming off the biggest win in 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
At least 12.
The signature win, 24-23 over Wisconsin.
Biggest win since the Ohio State win, but we were pretty good at football that year, went to the Rose Bowl. So it wasn't like a bad team going in. This was a team that people didn't think was very good. And we did this. So I don't know, have any idea how this is going to work out. But what the heck, we're hopeful, which is more than we were a week ago.
The Battle of the Cannon.
Okay, go local with CMI, Chemical Maintenance Incorporated, for all your janitorial and equipment needs. The reviews are in. Folks love Betsy and Brad Parks, and I think it's Betsy Parks' birthday today. Did I read that? I think it was in the Wall Street Journal. Betsy Parks, happy birthday. Their team at CMI, one review reads, we're so happy to have found CMI. What an awesome team. We've worked with Betsy Parks and Mindy Smith. They have each gone above and beyond for us. We were truly in a bind when it came to our floors. Not only has CMI had the products we needed, but they're able to deliver them at no additional cost on the same day. Go local. CMI online, CMIclean.com, CMIclean.com. All right, our ESPN 93.5 3-day weather forecast from the National Weather Service. And how do we look, Diane?
Cloudy today and slightly cooler. We've got a high of 55 expected and 41 our low tonight. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine. We've got a high 56, low 39 tomorrow. On Saturday, rain, high 57, low 45, and 62 with partly cloudy conditions on Sunday. We're currently at 44, ESPN 93.5.
John Decker. John Decker. John Decker. I want to talk to John Decker. He is the one we know. I want to talk to John Decker. He's at the White House. Press row. There you go. How are you, my friend? What's happening?
Hey, how are you, Stevie? Thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, live from the White House. We talk to a real journalist every Thursday. It's awesome. Okay, so Donald Trump says Turkey informs us it will make Syrian ceasefire permanent. I don't know. I don't understand all the dynamics. It feels like we got out of Syria kind of quick. Maybe a drawdown. I don't know. We didn't want to give him warning. I don't understand it all. But to me, a little of this feels like a guy in right field runs in on a fly ball, inappropriately misjudges it, runs back and dives and catches it. Is it a good catch? Or did he just misjudge the thing? I don't know if Donald Trump gets credit for all this or not because I don't understand what started it, John.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good analogy, actually. And, keep in mind that there was another deal that came about in the last few days, and that was a deal that was reached between Turkey and Russia, and that was for control of northeastern Syria. So, yes, the U.S. is moving out of northern Syria and filling the gap, Turkey and Russia. And the president did not mention that particular deal yesterday. And the criticism that I think has been leveled at the president has to do with the fact that the U.S. has been very successful in terms of the fight against ISIS, but now we're up and leaving, which means ISIS, which is scattered, can now reformulate in this region, and that's obviously a danger to the U.S., a danger to our interests, a danger to our allies, and that's the real concern. And so that's the reason why, you have to watch what's happening in this part of the world very carefully to see if the ceasefire actually holds. The president called it permanent yesterday, and B, the status of ISIS in this portion of the world.
Yeah, but I guess by definition it would mean really you could never leave, to keep them tamped down over there versus let them build and have to go back. That's why we have locations all over the world, I guess, but that's the argument and philosophy of saying I don't want to police the world. So if you don't want to police the world,
look,
the problems will get bigger.
The same argument. You can make the same argument for other places around the world where the U.S. has essentially stationed their troops on an indefinite basis, whether you're talking about Germany, whether you're talking about South Korea, and we're not talking about a lot of troops that were actually in country in Syria. We're talking about 1,000 altogether. Not a lot of troops, and they kept the peace.
Yeah.
That's the reason why you saw criticism coming from unlikely quarters. Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, in terms of the president's precipitous move to remove all U.S. forces from Syria.
Yeah, well, and again, this day and age, Donald Trump's not going to do anything or say anything that's going to be received by Chuck Schumer. You're doing a terrible thing getting out of Syria, but then if you keep him in Syria, you're a warmonger. I mean, I don't know if you can win that war on what's happening with politics these days, but, I would be lifting weights on Venice Beach. I would be the biggest dude ever, and nobody will mess with me. But if people think that if America didn't have the defenses we have and the military we have, listen, people will take stuff from you. It's happened throughout human history. You got to defend it. It's peace through strength. I'm all in on that philosophy. So,
yeah, well, Chuck Schumer, interestingly enough, was on the same page as Mitch McConnell on this particular issue. The lone senator, that I think really felt the president was doing the right thing out there, Rand Paul. And, Rand Paul is such an isolationist. It's not surprising that he was supportive of the president in terms of the move that he made this week. Okay, what happens, John Decker? You got your pulse on America. Hey, are we set with the Democratic nominee? I mean, is it going to be one of this group, or is somebody sliding in, the Oprah, the Bob Iger, the Michelle Obama, the Hillary Clinton, and Tulsi Gabbard's pay-per-view? What happens here, John? What do you think? Yeah, I think that the group that you see up on these debate stages, every month or so, that's the group that is going to be considered for the nomination. It's not going to be Hillary Clinton. I saw that story yesterday. It's not going to be Al Gore, John Kerry, or Oprah Winfrey, or Michelle Obama. This is the group. And, I think that it really does come down to, at this point, two people. I could be wrong because not one vote has been cast yet, but it looks like it's Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren. And we'll see. If someone like Pete Buttigieg surprises people in Iowa, then he is elevated to the top tier of candidates as well. So a lot can happen between now and when the first vote is taken in the Iowa caucuses. What about Bernie and AOC and Queens? And I saw that. They gave a good shot in the arm to Bernie, but poll after poll, he's a solid third place, and you don't win the nomination being a solid third place. There's going to be some extraordinary impersonations of Elizabeth Warren. I think I could do her. I could do the arm waving. I could do that one. I mean, well, Kate McKinnon does a phenomenal job on SNL. That's right. She just nailed that. She's pretty remarkable, and Larry David does a phenomenal job of doing Bernie Sanders. Yeah, there you go. So there's that. I mean, isn't this a great country where you can actually continue your life and make fun of leaders like that? But yes, that's true. I don't still predict a kumbaya moment in this thing, right? I mean, it's going to be more contentious and more vitriolic as we get nearer, you think? Oh, absolutely. And, we're not even at the point where articles of impeachment are being voted on in the House of Representatives. That's when it gets very divided. I saw some story yesterday about Major League Baseball investigating an umpire because of a tweet that he put out, which threatened, it seemed, based upon his threat, some sort of violence if Donald Trump is impeached. So, we're heading into even more divided times, I think, over the course of the next few weeks and months. Yeah. Well, again, it's never a dull moment for a star journalist like John Decker. Any plans in coming up here? You're covering something big here soon, or what's on the agenda? Well, the big thing I'm looking forward to, first of all, the World Series is going to be here 3, 4, and 5. Oh, that's right. 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. So, wow, how can you top that? Hey, get your tennis seats for the U.S. Open seats for that one. That'd be a good one. Yeah, exactly. And then, speaking of tennis, next month I'll be in Madrid, Spain, for Davis Cup. And can't wait for that. It's going to be a remarkable time. So, looking forward to that. But in the meantime, the here and the now, the present. Nats up 2 games to none, and hopefully we can wrap it up here in DC. Unbelievable story. What a great run for the Nats. It's amazing. By the way, do you have global entry? I do. Does that work? Is that worth me doing? I have global entry, and I even have something better, which is called Clear. That's for domestic travel, but global entry is worth doing. You do travel, Stevie. It is so worth doing. My gosh, I'm so happy when I go. So wait a minute, I got the pre-check, which everybody has now. So what's Clear? Right. What's Clear? Oh, Clear is not at every airport in the country. Do a Google search, Clear. Okay. But it's even quicker than TSA Pre. It's remarkable. It's extra money, but it pays for itself if you travel a lot. Okay, good tip. Travel man. John Decker, you the man. Keep up your fine reporting because we need you. All right. Thanks a lot, Stevie. Have a great day, great weekend. We'll talk next week.
Thank you. John Decker live at the White House this morning where he's based, ESPN 93.5. Global entry is it's like TSA except for all over the world. And so theoretically, you have global entry, you go quicker in Amsterdam or go quicker in Madrid. And it's like TSA worldwide, but you got to go to like Peoria or Chicago. When I got my TSA clear here, TSA pre-check here, I went to Willard because at the time they had an agent there for a week. I took advantage of that.
Okay.
But for a global entry, I have to go, I think it's Peoria. And you got to go up there and do that stuff and drive and sit and wait and all that. So,
have you heard about the real ID that we're going to get for flying and things like that?
I'm in on all that because I understand what it means. There won't be anything in my life they won't know, but I don't care. It's cool because I'm not dealing drugs.
It only makes the criminal nervous.
Well, the criminal not going to apply, but for the rest of us that aren't really looking for trouble, it's probably a good thing because it can go a little faster and you can keep your shoes on. But there's a lot of folks in TSA pre-check now. It's not as exclusive as it was.
I see.
They're letting anybody in this thing. Check your sports coming up.
We checked out the reviews of the Illini Inn, now fully renovated in Campustown at 4th and Daniel, Champaign. Here's what stuck out. Best TVs you can see from any angle. Fast service, nice staff, and it's still the Inn. Check out the Illini Inn, an Illinois tradition for students and townies since 1970. Serving cold drinks and a full menu, the Illini Inn, 4th and Daniel, Champaign.
Hi, folks. Van for heel-to-toe shoes in downtown Urbana. Hey, quit putting it off. You've heard about us. I've been yelling at you long enough. Come on in, get measured, get fit in that comfortable pair of footwear you know you deserve. Don't be a dummy head. We're easy to find. Heel-to-toe shoes, 106 West Main, downtown Urbana. I said I'd tell you hi. Hi, do it.
This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. As independent financial advisors, we can help ensure you're following a strategy that makes sense, no matter what the market is doing. Take control of your financial life with a complimentary consultation. We will help create a plan that's right for you. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place in Champaign, or call 217-366-3456, or find us online at ProvidentFinancialGroupLLC.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
It's Dad's Day at Memorial Stadium on Saturday, November 2nd as Fighting Illini football hosts Rutgers. Bring your dad to the best tailgate in town at Grange Grove. Then head into the stadium and show him the excitement of college game day, now including beer sales. 30, 20, he's going to score! Touchdown!
Reserve your seats for Dad and the entire family today by logging on to fightingillini.com or by calling 866-ILLINI-1.
It's happening. Wherever plays are being made, tickets are being sold, and fans are lining up. ADP is designing a better way to work. With industry-leading HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll, more companies rely on ADP than any other HR partner to help step up their game. From small business to global enterprise. See how ADP can help you and your people achieve what you're working for at design.adp.com. ADP, always designing for people.
All right, here we go. Quick check of sports headlines.
All right, the World Series has the Washington Nationals up 2-1. Matt DiPolitano.
It was there and reported.
Okay.
It was it 12-3?
12-3.
Yeah.
So we've got Zach Greinke on the mound for Houston at Washington on Friday.
I got another Matt when you get to the Bears story, so you can get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Hornets over the Bulls 126-125. Detroit over the Pacers 119-110. NFL tonight has Washington at 1-6 against the Minnesota Vikings at 5-2. Bears and LA Chargers at noon on Sunday.
Yeah, but the Bears, they're panicking. I understand they're struggling. Matt Nagy, the coach, understands that they've actually got to run the football a little bit.
I know we need to run the ball more. I'm not an idiot. I realize that 7 rushes and the minimum amount of times. I totally understand that. We need to do it. I never go into a game saying I want to throw the ball 54 times. I would love to go into a game and say I want to run the ball 54 times, but that hasn't happened.
Well, it just after last year's successes, people thought, well, here come the Bears and Mitchell Trubisky, and somebody called him a zit yesterday. You got to cover him up.
Poor thing,
man.
Terrible the way they bash people on Chicago radio.
The Bears are disappointing, and it's a long way to go, but it just doesn't look like their offense is working at all. And Mitch Trubisky's struggling. I mean, they're booing him already, so
I know.
Feel bad for the kid.
Broncos and Colts also in action on Sunday. Saints and Lante's Arizona Cardinals.
How about that?
The late game will be Green Bay and Kansas City.
Cardinals have won 3 in a row, so don't think the Saints are looking past the Cardinals. They've won 3 football games in a row. It's amazing.
Illini and Purdue and West Lafayette, 11 o'clock on Saturday. Go Illini. Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh sent an email out to folks saying he's not looking to leave, the 5th year of 7 years, but, will he get the boot? He's not looking to leave, though. It seems like around this time of year, they're always stirring up that sort of
he could get an NFL job pretty quickly because he had really a lot of success in San Francisco. So he would get work. The question is, does Michigan still want him if he loses to Ohio State again?
Right.
He's never beat Ohio State.
Beat the Buckeyes.
That doesn't work very well.
Penn State at number 8 beat the Illini in a thrilling 5-set match. And so we've got Ohio State, speaking of the Buckeyes, coming to our house, Huff Hall, Saturday. Be there and dress in pink. I know I was at Game Day Spirit, and they have lots of pink Illini gear, so you can gear up for that.
Get it,
of course,
Game Day.
Proceeds to help out breast cancer here in their breast cancer month.
Go to Game Day Spirit, get all your pink, and get ready for that wonderful volleyball team.
Exactly.
We are so good at volleyball. And I understand we're 9-9, have lost 3 in a row, but these are brutally tough losses.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just 5 sets. The Fighting Illini, 9.5-point, 10-point underdog, so America's not believing us. He had started at 8.5, and people are betting on Purdue. That's fine. Please keep it going. We can't possibly play with you. You're too good.
I don't know if you heard, Tiger Woods is on top of the leaderboard in Japan.
He bogeyed his first 3 holes, and then he had 9 birdies.
It said sloppy start, but then comes out on top.
They were packed in Japan to watch Tiger.
Right.
Packed, and he's tied for the lead.
It's this new Zozo Championship.
Whatever. Zozo, Zuzu.
It's working.
It's Japan, and they were lining the fairways to watch Tiger play golf. Check your weather coming up.
Houlihan's is the perfect choice to wind down this time of year with that special someone.
I love their Tuesday Live in the Lounge feature with music playing after work.
Plus, the happy apps and drinks specials happen throughout the week, 4 to 6 p.m. and 9 till close.
If you want to meet friends or clients, have a great meal and chat, Houlihan's is classy with great service, food, and drinks. And Sunday brunch, 9 to 2.
Houlihan's
in the iHotel and Conference Center at 1st and St. Mary's Road.
What you do with the Champaign Police Department, explain what that's all about.
Yeah, so I wear quite a bit of hats there. I am a hostage negotiator. I am a crisis intervention officer. I also do the wristwatch, which I love. It gives me an opportunity to go out and speak to the 2nd and 3rd graders here in the city.
Nice.
Give them knowledge and some tips on bike and pedestrian safety, and to see these kids' face when I walk in uniform and they ask me 1,000 questions. Of course, about 98% of those are not bike and pedestrian safety related, but I still love the interaction and seeing their faces and them being excited to see a police officer. And I try to give them, whether it be stickers or pencils or something, give back to them and say, hey, I appreciate you guys paying attention to me for this, 20-25 minutes.
Exactly. Officer Walton, I appreciate you explaining some parts of your career with Champaign Police.
Yes.
Law Enforcement Official of the Month brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com. Yeah, if you drive to Honda BMW off Neal at Browash, what you're going to find is a whole bunch of professionals that are ready to make a deal with you, and they're going to be very fair, and then they're going to process you and put you through the financial steps, which doesn't take very long, and then they'll explain exactly what's happening, and then they want to take care of you after you buy. It's not like, hey, thanks for buying it, see you later. They're going to be there for all the service, and you go into the service bays, Man, it's just you drive in, there are like 3 desks, and they just jump right out and say, hey, how can we help you, sir? It's just, that's why they're an award-winning dealership. Honda, BMW, drivechampaign.com, and what I just would encourage you to do is that before you purchase anything, even though you've kind of been loyal somewhere else, if you have any twinge there of saying, well, why don't we just take a peek? Give them a try.
Exactly.
Off Neela, Burwash, Savoy, drivechampaign.com, drivechampaign.com. Say hey to my friend Ben Quattrone. Here we go with our weather.
Some clouds today, 55 our high, down to 41. 56 tomorrow, down to 39. Morning clouds, then partly cloudy. Rainy, 80% shot at showers. Let's hope it's the right timing for your events over the weekend. Lots of trunk or treats happening.
Right.
High 57, low 45. 62, partly cloudy on Sunday. That's when we have our trick-or-treating with the stars at the Ubben Basketball Complex, totally free. It's from 3 to 5 on Sunday. So take note, bring the kids on out in costume. Get a little extra mileage out of those costumes. Right now we're at 45 on ESPN 93.5. We just got a text in from Kenny saying Tony Romo could come out of retirement, join the Bears. What do you think?
Well, you want me to say just... Are you a Bear fan, or you just want me to tell you what I think? If I'm a Bear fan, I'm going to be better than Trubisky. Yeah, I'd be better than Trubisky right now. That's how they're feeling.
Exactly.
So Tony Romo's having too much fun. Broadcasting, golfing.
Right.
You got all the millions you want.
Not taking a hit.
Why would you want to take a hit
exactly
in that league? I mean, just think about this. Pretend you're quarterback. Which I was in freshman, sophomore seasons in high school.
Okay, go Rockets.
You walk up to the line of scrimmage, and you look across the line, and you see these giant people that are very fast and very strong, and they want to hurt you. They want to hit you so hard. And think of that.
You're telling us the safety and linebackers around you got me, right?
And it hurts. It's not like it's, this is so fun. These guys tolerate hitting. It's nothing they aspire to be, just... This hurts. So, I don't think Tony Romo's excited to go back to the NFL. Right. It used to be the linemen were fat and slow and big. They weighed 260 pounds. Ooh, but they were so slow. Now you got guys weighing 320 winning a 4.6. What's that? That's just unsafe. So glad my kids didn't play football. It's so dangerous out there. Yeah. Oh, hey.
Remember William Perry, the linebacker?
That was 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was
the fridge.
It was as big as a refrigerator.
That's what it's called.
And then
fridge.
Mike Ditka used him as a receiver and a running back. Unbelievable. Anyway, no, I don't think Tony Romo's the guy, but there are a lot of ex-quarterbacks thinking, man, I can do this. When the Pittsburgh Steelers have a quarterback named Duck starting, they've gone pretty deep. What's your name? Duck? Okay, where are you from? Well, I'm from over there, but I was doing something else. And Kurt, remember the great Kurt Warner won a Super Bowl with the Rams? He was bagging groceries and got a tryout. He'd gone in and out of football, bagging groceries at the grocery store, and got a shot. So anything's possible. But if you've been in the league and you've got enough to get your pension, which you have to serve X number of years, you're golden. But you got to survive that long. It isn't easy. You know how many guys are trying to take your job every day?
Right.
You tweak your knee or ankle, you're out of work. For a lot of them. A lot of them have contracts that are okay, but not all of them. A lot of them are just kind of in there. And then their agents are there, and they think they're going to make more, and then they get hurt, and they don't make any more money. They ain't got no money left. They spend too much. Whole NFL thing, man. Well, what a scene. It's crazy. News coming up. You can text us 359-2255. Want to chime in this morning. If you find it difficult to talk about money, you're not alone. Many married or committed couples struggle to have that money talk. According to a study by Fortune, more than 4 in 10 don't know how much money their partner earns. 43% incorrectly quote their partner's income. 10% miss the mark by $25,000 or more.
Wow.
No clue. Busey suggests, answering some questions. Spending habits. Do we have impulsive spenders? You prefer shopping around? Do you donate to charities? Joint or separate bank accounts? You really probably need to get that settled. No matter your stage in life, Busey will be there along the way. Visit Busey.com. Stop by one of their many convenient locations for solutions to your personal, business, and wealth management needs. They're at Busey.com. They've been around over 150 years. You can trust them. Member FDIC. Investment products and services not FDIC insured may lose value, no bank guarantee. All right, that's Busey. We'll be right back. The news is next. Stand by. There's always the Flying Monkey Cafe.
Around this time of year, I miss comfort food from home. How about heading out to Curtis Orchard at 3902 Duncan Road in Champaign to eat at the Flying Monkey Cafe?
What? That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's Curtis Orchard's Wizard of Oz theme, and homemade lunch combos are a great price and available from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. until they close in late December.
Curtis Orchard? I'll bet they have great apple pies, too.
At least half a dozen pie options. It's awesome.
Wow, good tip. I just looked them up at curtisorchard.com.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
It's being whipped up by near hurricane force winds. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A wildfire burning out of control near Geyserville, California. 15 square miles have been charred. People ordered evacuating from their homes. The power's already been cut in Sonoma and 16 other counties to try to prevent that wind from knocking lines down, sparking more fires. 180,000 homes and businesses have no electricity, and more could lose it today.
Earlier this month, the company was heavily criticized for shutting off power to more than 700,000 customers. Their website consistently crashed. Their outage maps were wrong. Many didn't feel they had enough prep time. PG&E's equipment has been blamed for sparking a number of the state's most recent and devastating wildfires.
As Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. Ceasefires in place in Syria, with Russia helping patrol a border area where Turks invaded to drive back Kurdish fighters. But the day after President Trump lifted sanctions on Turkey, the defense secretary is critical of that country. Fox's Rachel Sutherland, live in Washington.
Dave, Defense Secretary Mark Esper took aim at Turkey, saying the NATO ally should have never gone into northern Syria.
Turkey put us all in a very terrible situation. I mean, I think the incursion was unwarranted.
Speaking in Brussels, Esper said Turkey is moving in the wrong direction and that the nation is spinning closer to Russia's orbit than to the Western orbit. He also said the invasion jeopardized gains in the fight against ISIS over recent years. Turkey has agreed to stop fighting the Kurds, who helped the U.S. battle the terror group. Dave?
Rachel, the day after about 30 House Republicans stormed a deposition in the impeachment inquiry, White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham just told Fox,
I'm glad they did it. You know, again, these Dems have been doing everything behind closed doors and in secret. And so it's about time that somebody made a very bold stand.
But Democratic Congressman Ted Lieu says this is really because testimony given so far against the president in the controversy over his call with Ukraine's leader has been damaging.
They're freaked out. They're trying to stop this investigation.
America's listening to Fox News.
Wi-Fi is spelled W-I-F-I. Unfortunately for many people, it also spells TMI, as in too much information. Because Wi-Fi, whether public or right in your own home, even if it's password protected, isn't always private. Cybercriminals can use Wi-Fi to steal information you send and receive while online, whether that's credit card numbers, account login info, or your social security number. To help put a stop to TMI on Wi-Fi, you need Norton Secure VPN. That's Norton Secure Virtual Private Network. Simply install, log in once, and it uses bank-grade encryption for your personal information. Norton Secure VPN immediately helps keep your online activity on mobile devices and laptops private every time you're connected. Norton Secure VPN starts at $333 a month with an annual subscription. Go to norton.com/VPN. Don't let Wi-Fi, public or in your own home, mean TMI. Get Norton Secure VPN ASAP. After all, it's from Norton, the leader in consumer cybersecurity. Go to norton.com/VPN. Protection starts at less than $4 a month. Terms apply.
A year and a half after the massacre at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, the sheriff who lost his job over it remains the ex-sheriff.
Scott Israel was Broward County sheriff during the Parkland mass shooting and came under criticism for his own deputies not confronting the gunman. It led Governor Ron DeSantis to suspend Israel from elected office, but now Israel's appeal to the Florida State Senate ends with permanence.
Senators, by your vote, the report is adopted, and Scott Israel is hereby removed from the position of sheriff of Broward County.
Israel is a Democrat and insists his ousting is political by a Republican governor. The vote to permanently remove him came largely on party lines. In Miami, Eben Brown, Fox News.
3 more people under arrest in Wisconsin, so it's now 8 charged in a crackdown on black market vaping products containing THC. The vaping industry is blaming products like that for the lung injuries that have afflicted more than 1,000 people and linked to nearly 3 dozen deaths. An update on the economy showing a 1% drop in so-called durable goods orders to factories, the biggest decline in 4 months. Shipments also dropped, seen as a sign of reduced investment by businesses. On Wall Street, though, stock futures are rising modestly. At the World Series,
power at the plate guides the Washington Nationals to a Game 2 win.
Here's one hammered into left. Off the bat of Suzuki and gone.
Joe Buck on Fox. Kurt Suzuki's solo shot gives the Nationals back the lead in the top of the 7th inning, starting a 6-run frame in that inning for the Nats as they would go on to score 10 unanswered runs in their 12-3 win over the Houston Astros in World Series Game 2. Adam Eaton and Michael A. Taylor would also homer in that win. The Nationals now with a 2-0 series lead in the Fall Classic as it makes its way to the nation's capital for Game 3 on Friday. Matt Napolitano, Fox News.
Well, this is for you, Astros fans. In World Series history, 11 teams have come back from being down 0-2 to win the title. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. The Urbana Park District has earned the Illinois Association of Park Districts Art in the Park Award. It'll be presented at a gala next week. A new study says Illinois is among the worst states to retire. Bankrate, a consumer financial services company, said Illinois was the 4th worst state to retire. The study says costs are the main issue. Illinois ranked 40th in affordability and 49th in wellness compared to other states. The study does credit Illinois for its farmland, forests, rolling hills, and wetlands. Probation is the sentence for a man who was shot after entering another person's house. The News Gazette says Don Trey Wilkerson pleaded guilty to attempted home invasion for the incident that happened on November 25th of 2017. It apparently started with a fight outside a home in the 600 block of English Creek Court in Champaign. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Hey, it's Shane from Rosati's Pizza. Let's face it, I like to party, you like to party. Any party is better with Rosati's. So if you've got an office party, a birthday party, or those family reunions are all coming up fast, call Rosati's. You choose the menu, pizza, pasta, chicken parm, whatever you need. We got it all covered. Send the invites out, call the family, call the friends, bring everybody over, but don't forget to call me, Shane at Rosati's, 328-2334, or come see me at 701 South Gregory in Urbana.
Yeah. Is that tomorrow's offer? I think it is.
That's right.
Oh. Every time I hear Shane Morrison talking about his cheese,
start salivating.
Man, it is a Pavlov's dog's experience.
It is.
Here you go with your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
We were up to 70 yesterday. Wow. That was a really nice afternoon. Clouds today, high 56, low 41. Morning clouds, and right now they're saying no chance of rain. Partly cloudy on Friday evening, low 39. 57 the high again on Saturday, down to 46. 80% shot at showers. Partly cloudy on Sunday with a high 63. 43 now. ESPN 93.5.
I'm taking a look here. Halloween next Thursday, right?
Yeah.
27 when we wake up.
Oh my goodness.
High of 44.
I want to say Anna said there might be a chance of snow.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Okay.
I think there's been that kind of every time you get to November, you got to take a peek.
Sure.
And we've just, generally the pattern around here has been not too bad Novembers anymore here at Life. Knock on wood, famous last words.
Right.
And then we have, like winter till April. I mean, it's kind of the feel anyway.
Speaking of November, Dad's Day Association since 1922 is trying a 5K on Sunday morning.
Okay.
So we're encouraging folks to get involved in that. IlliniDads.com to get signed up. Led by Josh Whitman should be fun. So I'll be playing some music at the Arboretum, which is right off Florida and Lincoln. So you can join us on Sunday morning. But basketball against Lewis on Friday night. Then the game against Rutgers. That's a 2:30 kick on Saturday, November 2nd.
Yeah.
And of course they have the a cappella show at Fullinger in the evening. It's going to be a great weekend for our dads.
Well, I'm glad you're doing what we talked about privately.
What's that?
I said get involved.
Oh.
I said, get out there.
I've been trying.
Don't be afraid to host these runs. Get on the microphone.
It's a natural fit. Yeah. Thanks to us and our mutual friend Jim Manley, who kind of showed me all these events and how to host as a radio personality in town. And I've been doing it for the last 25 years.
Yep.
And these 5Ks, like Sunday at Allerton in Monticello, it's going to be terrific between 8:30 and 11:30. So if you want to come on out, Second Wind Running Club and Body and Soul is your place to go on Sunday to get yourself all signed up and ready to go.
And if you don't have Diane Ducey at your event, you don't have an event.
I get every sponsors thanked and everything.
No, you don't have an event.
Okay.
If she's not there, it isn't an event. She's the best. All right, secret scores, how college admissions offices track and rank prospects before they even apply. Colleges are collecting more data about prospective students than ever before. Part of an effort, administrators say, to make better predictions about which students are the most likely to apply, accept an offer, and enroll. Records reviewed by the Washington Post show that at least 44 public and private universities in the United States work with outside consulting companies to collect and analyze data on prospective students by tracking their web activity or formulating predictive scores to measure each student's likelihood of actually enrolling. The practices may raise a hidden barrier to a college education for underprivileged students. While colleges have used data for many years to decide which regions and high schools to target their recruiting, the latest tools let administrators build rich profiles on individual students and quickly determine whether they have enough family income to help the school meet revenue goals. For example, the University of Wisconsin Stout turned to a little-known but increasingly common practice. They installed tracking software on their school website. When one student visited the site last year, the software automatically recognized who she was based on a piece of code called a cookie. We all know that stuff says we send cookies, you have to accept it or you have to get off our website kind of stuff. The software sent an alert to the school's assistant director of admissions containing the student's name, contact information, and details about her life and activities. Wow. The email said she was a graduating high school senior in Little Chute, Wisconsin, of Mexican descent, who had applied to UW Stout. Are schools really combing through prospective students' personal data before even looking at an application? David Dillard with KD College Prep in Dallas, one of the top college prep schools in the country. David Dillard, education guy. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Fine. This is half creepy, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Here's what you do. What you do is you go buy stamps, you go to Montana, you get a cabin, and you don't have any electronics. How about that?
Well, sometimes I want to do that, but the world's data analytics has come to higher education just like it has with big tech companies like Google and Facebook, and really the whole marketing industry as a whole has moved to web-based data analytics. And so this is just the next evolution. And not all colleges are doing this, but there are a number of colleges now that are applying specific software to their website so that they can track the movement, the who shows up and how much time they spend and what their interests are, what their needs are, what their goals are, so that they can better allocate resources to try to attract the type of student that would fit, normally says yes, normally enrolls. They're trying to get an idea of whether they are a likely candidate for their institutions.
Well, David, it's an example, a clear example of what's out there on all of us, correct?
Yes. I mean, what's happening in some cases is they're actually creating a predictive score after they have had a chance to gather up some information. Is this candidate likely to apply? So before you ever submit an application, they've already got a sense of whether they have a good chance of closing you or not.
I got you. All right, so it's a sales operation, essentially.
It really is. I mean, and this is there are many schools that are scrambling to try to fill the slots in the freshman class. There are other schools that are highly popular and have huge endowments, and they're trying to use the data to make sure they are know who they need to spend more money on to try to attract and get the highest quality of students. So not all schools will use it in the same way. Not all schools even are using these types of technology.
Yep.
But it is happening, and you have to be aware of it.
Yeah, just got to know what you're doing on social media whenever you post something that everybody sees it, including college administration. Hey, one other thing before I let you go, David Dillard, education expert. What was your take on who I pay to get my child in the Georgetown tennis program? I mean, what was your whole take on that?
Well, I think it's sad, to tell you the truth. First of all, that the parents would be think that this is teaching their children anything good, and secondly, that someone would think their whole lives have to be wrapped around a specific institution when there are thousands of colleges out there and there are hundreds that probably would be a good fit for any student. It's not a good fit if you don't have the qualities that would allow you to be successful, and if the university doesn't recognize your greatness. So you're trying to find the best match, not necessarily the specific institution, and live and die by that.
Well, and it's all about the parent saying my child's at USC or SC, my child's going to Georgetown. It's about their status, and then in a lot of cases the kids were unaware that the ACT score was fixed. And how disappointing to not trust your child to do it themselves.
Well, that's true, but in some of those cases, I question whether the child was unaware or not.
Okay, all right, maybe not. Yep.
But whether it was or not, in both cases, it's a sad situation.
Yep,
it's not the way that I would want to raise my child.
Yeah,
it's not the way that we build good citizens in the world.
David Dillard, how do people connect with you?
At kdcollegeprep.com.
And people are leaning more to SAT than ACT ever more, I think, right? More SAT these days?
Well, it has swayed back and forth. ACT was more popular a few years ago. Last year, SAT made a few gains. We continue to see that sway a little bit one way or another. Colleges don't care. They'll use either one.
All right.
And so we're just trying to find the test that a student can show best on. That's what we try to help our students.
20 seconds left. Prolific readers test better. That's my theory. Is that right?
That is true with life. Yes.
All right. Be a voracious reader in your life. David Dillard in Dallas, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. ESPN 93.5. All right, let's jump to our morning sports. World Series looks like the Nationals, the wild card team,
with their 12-3 win over the Astros yesterday. Let's hear more from Matt DiPolitano.
Power at the plate guides the Washington Nationals to a Game 2 win.
Here's one hammered in the left. Off the bat of Suzuki and gone.
Joe Buck on Fox. Kurt Suzuki's solo shot gives the Nationals back the lead in the top of the 7th inning, starting a 6-run frame in that inning for the Nats as they would go on to score 10 unanswered runs in their 12-3 win over the Houston Astros in World Series Game 2. Adam Eaton and Michael A. Taylor would also homer in that win. The Nationals now with a 2-0 series lead in the Fall Classic as it makes its way to the nation's capital for Game 3 on Friday. Matt Napolitano, Fox News.
On to the NBA. Hornets over the Bulls by a point, 126-125 for their first game of the season. Detroit over the Pacers, 119-110. Milwaukee is at Houston tonight. Penn State ended up beating the Illini in a thrilling 5-set match. Penn State ranked number 8. Next up for our Illini volleyball team at Huff Hall Saturday is a pink out as we take on Ohio State. I suggest you run on into Game Day Spirit, get one of those pink volleyball shirts. It looks awesome as you support their volley against cancer. On Thursday Night Football, we have Washington at 1-6 on the season against the Minnesota Vikings, 5-2. On Sunday, you might be looking at the Bears at noon against the LA Chargers, AFC contender. We had
They're 2-5. So Bears are
3-3.
Yeah, Bears going to need to win that one, but the Chargers are not a bad football team. So,
okay.
I just think about when I hate to hear the home fans boo because it's like,
it's true.
Brutal.
Broncos and Colts, also Saints and Arizona Cardinals. And we also have Green Bay and Kansas City as the late game on Sunday. Jim Harbaugh being talked about. He's trending in sports as the Michigan coach. An email sent out saying he's not looking to leave. He's in the 5th year of his 7-year contract.
Yeah, interesting because there's grumbling about Jim Harbaugh, and yet he sends that out saying, dude, I can go somewhere else. I don't know what the point was. Let's check your weather.
Up to 56, down to 41. Some clouds in the morning tomorrow. High 56 again, down to 39. We should get partly cloudy conditions by late afternoon. And some rain in the forecast. High 57 on Saturday. 63 with partly cloudy conditions on Sunday. We're currently at 44. ESPN 93.5.
If you lose 2 or 3 games at Michigan, there's grumbling about you getting to stay. If you win 2 or 3 games at Illinois, there's grumbling about whether to keep the coach or is that good enough. I mean, that's just the night and day difference of their dynamic up there. And if he loses to Ohio State, which I think he's going to lose, I mean, they're going to be incredible. 8:20.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Orders to U.S. factories for big-ticket manufactured goods tumbled in September by the largest amount in 4 months. That's according to new numbers released by the Commerce Department. It shows a more than 1% decline in demand for durable goods, such as washing machines and refrigerators. U.S. manufacturing has been struggling this year amid a global slowdown. China gives in on a key demand from the Trump administration amid the ongoing trade war. Beijing has passed a new law it says will protect the intellectual property rights of foreign businesses operating in the country. Nordstrom is defying the trend of closing brick-and-mortar stores in New York City and elsewhere. Today, it will open the largest freestanding store in Manhattan to debut in decades. The new Nordstrom will be 7 levels and 320,000 square feet. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Tom Graham, invested in you.
I'm Maria Bartiromo from Fox Business. My parents lived the American dream. My father cooked in his restaurant. I was the coat check girl. Today, I'm still working the hardest I've ever worked, giving my viewers every tool I can to help them succeed.
I'm Stuart Varney from Fox Business. My first investment, traveling the world for about 5 years and ending up right here in America. Damn good investment, actually. Fox Business.
Invested in you.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Will Kane.
I took a very hard line against Urban Meyer as a collegiate coach a year ago. I think that some of the things that he looked over and tolerated as the head coach of the Buckeyes became unforgivable for the collegiate ranks. Being a pro coach is different than being a college coach. You're dealing with adults. You're dealing with men. You're dealing with people that you're not trying to groom, but you're trying to guide into a profession. You are dealing with expectations and responsibilities, and you can expect men to live up to their responsibilities in the NFL. I think it's a different calculation. Urban Meyer in the college ranks and Urban Meyer as a pro. Would you want him as your professional coach? I think he's a leader. And I think the answer has to be yes.
Get more from Will Kane today from 3 to 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News, or on the ESPN app.
Listen up, America. Why in the world would you start your day with an unwrapped, zip-zap, sad sack breakfast mishap when the McDonald's app lets you order, pay, and pick up a nice and hot griddle sizzle breakfast with a tap, tippity tap? I think I just rhyme answered my own rhyme question. McDonald's mobile order and pay. Just order in the app, pass the line with the tap, and wake up breakfast with McDonald's. Mobile order and pay at participating McDonald's. McDonald's app download and registration required.
You're a smart, hard-working roofing contractor. But how do you get ahead? By saving time with the Beacon Pro Plus app. The Beacon Pro Plus app works 24/7 for material ordering, automated rebate tracking, and online bill pay, all saving you valuable time. And during select weeks this fall, receive special rewards by purchasing high-quality CertainTeed products through Pro Plus. You work hard. Now, work smarter. Sign up for free at beaconproplus.com today.
Why do so many go to Honda BMW of Champaign? Is it the selection of hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles, the easy location off Neal at Burwash Savoy, or the fact that they're an award-winning dealership getting incredible reviews year after year from their customers? Yes, it's all of the above. Before you buy your next vehicle, give Honda BMW of Champaign a chance to earn your business. Honda BMW off Neal at Burwash Savoy, or go online, drivechampaign.com.
What's Kasasa? It's like a big bank rewards with a community bank heart. A free Kasasa checking account at Prospect Bank rewards you in ways you might not think a community bank could. But the best part is, you do not have to go to some big bank to get it. Stop in your local Prospect Bank and find out all the details. So what's Kasasa? It's like a cool word for earning cash. Member FDIC.
Prospect Bank, the Opportunity Bank.
Hello, this is Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery. Country Arbors is having our biggest sale of the year. Every plant in the nursery is at least 20% off, with select plants up to 50% off. These aren't merely leftover plants from the spring. We've been bringing in fresh new plants to keep the nursery fully stocked for the last big push going into winter. The best time to plant is now. Less transplant shock and less money. So come out to Country Arbors Nursery for the best selection of trees, shrubs, and perennials, and they're all on sale. For more information and directions, go to countryarbors.com. I'm Shane Coulter from Country Arbors Nursery, and have a nice day.
You know, we have a little anticipation for the Illinois-Purdue football game coming up Saturday, because it's hard to know. You know, we beat Wisconsin, which was a shocker. It's the biggest upset in college football this year in all 50 states.
Mm-hmm.
How do we respond from that? Do we take the next step and say, we can do this? Let's go. Or is it, woohoo, we won. Yay, who do we play? I think they'll be ready. What Purdue does, though, is we haven't been real good at defending. But then again, Wisconsin ran the football, and we were not good at defending that, and we were then. So I think it's really, I have no idea what to expect. Because they do these passes. They pass all the time, and that's been a weakness, too, running and passing defense. So maybe, I don't know.
The battle for the cannon tied at 44-6 on the tie.
Does anybody understand anything about these things they do, like the cannon?
I don't know.
No offense, but does anybody care?
It's
except
rivalry thing.
I know, but it's just totally administrative. I mean, no fan knows anything.
That's right.
Oh, we got the cannon, so I don't care about the cannon. I would like a victory, please.
Exactly.
Anyway, we'll see what happens. Again, Purdue about 10-point favorite to beat us over there. They embarrassed us in Champaign-Urbana. I'm sure Lovey has used that. 46-7.
Oh,
46-7, and they weren't supposed to be a lot better than you. So maybe we return the favor. Okay, it's 8:27. Brett Baer was on the show earlier this week. His book just came out 2 days ago. 3 Days on the Brink, about a very important meeting with Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Winston Churchill, and Joseph Stalin. Brett Baer, 3 Days on the Brink, on the show earlier this morning. He's their chief political anchor. You see him on his wonderful news show from 5 to 6 on Fox News.
Yeah, it's right after that time. But I'm at the brink because the Allies are essentially losing. Hitler's on the march in Europe. The battle in Stalingrad has just happened. The Soviets win, but lose more than 1 million people. In the Pacific campaign, the U.S. has a few small wins, but Japan is still really strong, and it could go the other way. And FDR and Churchill decide that they need a one-on-one meeting with Stalin to make sure that he sits on the Allied side and they work together against Hitler. There's a chance that Stalin, because of the losses he's taking, could sign and side with Hitler. So they go to Tehran. Stalin makes the place, and they travel. FDR travels 6,000 miles, gets there, and in a really interesting 3 days, the Churchill and FDR know that this is a dictator, a murderous dictator, but they have to get them on board. They do, and they plan Operation Overlord, which we now know as D-Day.
Amazing. I mean, if you like history, you're going to like that book.
Mm-hmm.
Because think of that, 1943, we're in the throes of World War II.
Yeah.
We have to go with Joseph Stalin, who's a murderous dictator. But
Right.
we have to team with him, and they plan D-Day. Normandy and all the beaches. Amazing. Which turned it our way.
Yeah.
Man. Brett Baer, Fox News earlier this week. All right, ESPN 93.5, check your news. Come right back. You're always welcome to check in with us. Always welcome. 359-2255. Text in if you'd like. Also watch us on YouTube, which apparently some people are doing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Stevie J
Show
on YouTube. And pretend I'm a goldfish, I guess. 829.
Hey, it's Stephanie Pratt, your realtor that rocks the real estate market with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group. Come with me and let's shake all night long. That's right. It's time for another Rockin' Realtor giveaway. Join me, ESPN's The Drive, and Larry's Limousine Service as we rock our way up to St. Charles to see Tom Kiefer, formerly of Cinderella, November 2nd. You won't want to miss Tom Kiefer, formerly of Cinderella, and we're not talking Disney, with ESPN and me, Stephanie Pratt, your realtor that rocks. To win, listen to Lon and Derek to open the text lines on The Drive. When they do, text the correct phrase or word, and you'll be qualified to win 2 tickets to the show with me and the limo ride with Larry's Limousine Service. It's another Rockin' Realtor giveaway, this time to see Tom Kiefer, formerly of Cinderella, with me, Stephanie Pratt, and The Drive on ESPN. Get more details at StephaniePrattHomes.com.
Long's Garage, the oldest auto repair facility in Champaign-Urbana, deals with engine repairs, transmissions, brakes, suspensions, electrical, air conditioning. But one thing they pride themselves on in the one-stop shop for vehicle repairs is tires. Kumo Tires is having an instant rebate sale. If you buy a set of 4 Kumo passenger tires, you get a $60 credit. If you have a truck and buy a set of 4 light truck tires, you get $120 credit. So go on to Long's Garage at 503 East Main Street or schedule an appointment at 217-367-3942.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. House committees taking a timeout today from impeachment inquiry interviews to pay tribute to one of their own.
Maryland Democrat Elijah Cummings' casket will rest on a catafalque, first used for President Abraham Lincoln. Cummings died last week after lengthy health issues. He will lie in state today in Statuary Hall, the old House chamber here. Top Republicans and Democrats, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, will welcome the casket into the Capitol.
Fox's Jared Halpern. It's 10,000 acres and 0% contained. A wildfire in Sonoma County, California, triggering evacuations. This is dangerous conditions leave Californians in the dark again.
PG&E says as many as 200,000 customers are having their power shut off across portions of Northern California, at least through Friday.
Fox's Jeff Manasso. America's listening to Fox News.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Monticelli with your ESPN 93.5 local news update. Probation is the sentence for a man who was shot after entering another person's house. The News Gazette says Don Trey Wilkerson pleaded guilty to attempted home invasion for the incident that happened on November 25th of 2017. It apparently started with a fight outside a home in the 600 block of English Creek Court in Champaign. He entered the home of an acquaintance while armed with a nunchaku and ended up being shot by the resident. A third suspect connected to a July mugging in Urbana on July 20th has been sentenced to probation. Terry Childs admitted that day he took part in robbing a man who was walking in the 1800 block of South Cottage Grove Avenue. Police said the victim was walking at about 5 a.m. when he was approached by a man who tried to get his attention. 2 other men started chasing him, and the 3 beat him and took his shoes, cell phone, and wallet before taking off. You're up to date. I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Jay Lehman is back on the Jeremy Warner Show this fall.
Tell Lisa Byington, I have never seen Wisconsin get schemed up like they're getting schemed up on some place. Because I saw some chunk runs. I saw Navarro's pass. I haven't seen that this year.
Get the insight from the former All-American Illini linebacker and Rose Bowl team captain. Catch him on Monday morning starting at 10 a.m. as he talks Illini football and breaks down the rest of the Big Ten. Thanks to Molitor Financial Group and Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. Don't miss a thing, and be sure to check out our podcast online at ESPNCU.com.
Oh, gee. Should have called ABC.
If your heating system isn't ready for winter, you need to call ABC Heating and Air.
Their goal is for you to always be comfortable. With regular maintenance from ABC, you will prevent small problems from becoming big problems, giving you equipment that lasts longer in a more comfortable indoor environment this winter. Protect your investment with a heating system tune-up from ABC Heating and Air. Go to abcheatingandac.com or call 352-5400.
If you're looking for a great paying part-time job with flexible hours, check out 2020 Census Jobs. You may have another job, or not. You may even be retired or looking for some extra income, but you can also help make sure that everyone gets counted. So apply today at 2020census.gov/jobs to help strengthen your community.
Hey, this is Kirk Herbstreit. This quarterback really knows how to run this team, which is why we mic'd him up before the game. Let's listen in on how he got him ready on that last play.
Blue 49! Blue 49! Eckridge, Eckridge, Eckridge! Carolina double, Carolina double! Grill, grill, grill! Ham off the bone! Home game! Home game! Hot, 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 hot! Eckridge deli meat sandwich! Hot!
Now that is a quarterback that knows how to handle a home game. Eckridge, you do you.
I fell in love. This place is delicious. One of the best restaurants for fine dining in Champaign. Those are just some of the reviews about Miga Restaurant in downtown Champaign, specializing in sushi, Asian-influenced dishes, wine, and cocktails. Miga Restaurant, open Monday through Saturday. Call and schedule your reservation for a date night, special celebration, or just because. Miga Restaurant at 398-1020.
All right, here's your ESPN 93.5 three-day weather forecast from the National Weather Service.
Clouds and a high 56 today, down to 41, 57 the high Friday and Saturday. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine tomorrow, and then some rain in the forecast for Saturday. 63 on Sunday with partly cloudy conditions. We're currently at 44 on ESPN 93.5.
Hey, okay, 25 till. David Ross, haven't even mentioned that. David Ross, the new manager of the Cubs.
It locked in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday afternoon. David Ross, the former catcher, 15-year player, never managed a day in his life, is your new baseball manager in Chicago.
So many people saying that, they want somebody that Theo can control.
Well, maybe. And then Joe Girardi has just been named the manager of the Philadelphia Phillies.
Okay.
So there's another managerial. And, of course, Joe Madden last week took the Los Angeles Angels job, where he'd spent so much time as a coach and player. So, yeah, I guess Joe Madden did play baseball in the major leagues for the Angels. So that's a good fit, and it's going to be a different dynamic, I think. We'll see what that dynamic does.
Yes.
For the Northsiders. And the Cardinals, after being swept by Washington, now looking up going, well, maybe that was going to happen this time because the Nationals are apparently unbeatable.
Yeah.
Sweeping 2 in Houston?
They're super hot right now.
Beating Cole and Verlander? What? That's kind of weird.
I know.
Hot is hot, and that's what happened.
Zach Greinke on the mound for Houston tomorrow, and Washington, he'll lose Anibal Sanchez.
And can you imagine the fans? They've never won a World Series. That ticket is going for a bazillion because it's never happened. Remember how expensive Wrigley Field in the World Series in 16? People were going, well, I want to go to one, but they'll make the $80,000 on the other one. I mean, it's like season ticket holders made a fortune if they wanted.
It's true.
Because it was so much money. I mean, if you were behind the plate, weren't they getting $10,000 a ticket or something?
I think so.
It was unbelievable because it never happened. They're feeling that in Washington, D.C., and maybe that'll be a nice break from the contentious politics. The nation's capital could have a World Series winner. So there you go.
Well, there you go.
Wisconsin, Ohio State play Saturday night. That's, some speculation. Maybe Wisconsin kind of looking ahead. Maybe they didn't have their best game. We certainly had one of our best games and took it to them.
Yeah.
And dominated the line of scrimmage, which is
James
shocking.
McCourt with your kick right there in the zone.
Yep. James McCourt made the kick right down the middle. 24-23, we beat Wisconsin. Now, they go to Ohio State for a nationally televised game. And they were initially on Monday, they were 14-point underdogs, and now it's 10, meaning everybody's betting on Wisconsin, saying, yes, they're that good. But I don't know. Ohio State's yet to have a close game themselves.
I believe they're number 3. Wisconsin at now 13.
Yeah, Wisconsin's kind of done from that talk of Final Four thing. It just, you can't do that. You can't lose a game like they lost and still be regarded in high esteem. Now, the Illini, on the other hand, have hope because Purdue is the game we think we can compete in on Saturday. Then we play Rutgers. We'll be prohibitive favorites to win that.
That's a 2:30 kick. It's Dad's Day weekend. U of I meet Sales Room, by the way. That means they'll be coming in on Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
And they have some great choices for your tailgating when Dad's in town. So make sure you stop by at 1503 South Maryland Avenue. You can do some shopping today from 1 to 5:30.
Okay, so that's Rutgers, and then we go to Michigan State and to Iowa. And then we host Northwestern.
Yes.
That's going to be Thanksgiving weekend. And how many people are coming to that?
I don't know.
What's
Who knows
the weather?
what the weather's going to be like?
But it's senior day and all these. But I'm telling you, if it's for a potential bowl, you get to 5, you can potentially make a bowl these days.
Ooh.
So it could be a little more on the line. Anyway, the bottom line is, yay, we have a little hope. Versus a week ago before Wisconsin came in, it was like, we're going to get smoked. Didn't happen. We actually won. Come on. Love sports. It's kind of fun. Because you never know. Speaking of which, it was Game 2 of the World Series last night. Details coming up.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Out of town or just out of time? With Busey's Mobile Deposit, you can skip the line and deposit checks whenever you want, wherever you are. It's as easy as sign, snap, and send. Visit Busey.com for details. Or download the Busey mobile app for smartphones and tablets to securely access your account when it's convenient for you. Busey, your dream, our promise. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get the roof your home deserves. Roof Doctors. They have honest, reasonable rates. They give you competitive prices up front. No gimmicks or contractor pricing games. You can rely on Roof Doctors. No deposit required. No subcontractors. Over 30 years in business in the industry. Check out Roof Doctors at roofdoctorsco.com or call Tammy or Randy at 328-7529. Roof Doctors, 328-7529.
Psalms chapter 104 verse 24 says, O Lord, how manifold are your works. In wisdom you have made them all. The earth is full of your creations. Blossom Basket Florist celebrates the creatures of God's creation. From exquisite centerpieces for your Thanksgiving table. Give a daisy bowl for your birthday gift. Tell your partner you love them with the Love Struck Bouquet. Pop into Blossom Basket Florist, 1002 North Cunningham in Urbana, 2522 Village Green Place in Champaign. Celebrate the flowers of God's creation or celebrate the loved one that God created.
Think Rosati's Pizza for lunch or dinner today. We recently did a taste testing and the people eating were pleased to say the least.
Oh my gosh, look at my plate. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, this is the money.
That was good. Stop by Rosati's Pizza today and you'll be pleased too. Wings, pasta, pizza, sandwiches, salads, and more. Make it Rosati's Pizza for lunch or dinner. 701 South Gregory, Urbana.
All right, what are you doing? Trick-or-treating with the stars this Sunday.
It's coming up with the U of I Community Credit Union, also ShaneBanaMoms.com, and the U of I women's basketball team so gracious to host all these kids coming at them for autographs and posing for pictures. There's a photo booth, there's face painting, there's games. It's a lot lot of fun at the Ubben Basketball Complex at 4th and St. Mary's Road Sunday between 3 and 5, totally free. Get a little extra mileage out of those costumes. The kids are so creative these days.
What's happening in that front? I mean, I got to think about what I'm going to do. I got a bunch of Tootsie Rolls. Those are good. I can hand out Tootsie Rolls, right?
Yeah, I guess.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, that's fine.
It's not that much sugar.
Okay.
I mean, I'm thinking still the sugar thing.
It seems like a couple of years back when you were really on the Sugar Buster rampage, you were thinking about handing out toothbrushes and toothpaste or something.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
Okay.
I think Tootsie Rolls are pretty low in sugar, and I can give them a handful of Tootsie Rolls.
And see, I'm in the older part of Tolono, and in the new part, like Deer Path, when you first come into town, people have these fire pits in the driveways, and, it's a party. It's like blocks and blocks of families out. So the kids just kind of wander around and get tons of candy. So nobody even comes to our house.
Well, why don't you put up a sign
and
say
sometimes.
Monster candy bars and give the big ones?
I guess so.
I mean, the word on the street when I was doing it is, what house had what.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of, now they probably text it.
My nephew Luke used to Jimmy John's Trick or Treat and change costumes out for the move.
Because they did the big bar, right? Yeah.
Size, giant candy bar.
Yeah, well,
I did the same for Shorty Woodworth, who always would forget, so he'd hand out money.
Well, Catch Jackson always did the full candy bars, but we knew it. It was Buzz on the Street was out there.
Exactly.
Mrs. Jackson taught 4th grade, I think, in Philo.
Nice.
Let's check your ESPN 93.5 sports headline.
In the World Series, Washington is up 2-0. Nationals over the Astros 12-3 yesterday. They need a day off today. Houston is at Washington tomorrow. Zach Greinke on the mound versus Sanchez for the Nationals. So we have another trending story. I don't know if you've read this, Stevie, about Tyler Skaggs and that incident with opioids and, the fentanyl and the Oxycontin and the alcohol. And what's Major League Baseball going to do after he was found after essentially choking on his vomit on July 1st? So
they said they thought some people inside the organization had helped him get the drugs.
Right.
And so I think it said they denied that, and then I don't know, is that chargeable?
So that's something that's being looked into, and you'll see that story trending today. David Ross, the new manager for the Cubs, our former catcher. Joe Girardi for the Phillies now.
Joe Girardi played for the Cubs, is from Peoria, and went to Northwestern, and I think he's a civil engineer.
Well, and I think we were looking at him, weren't we?
I think he was in the consideration. He interviewed for a whole day with Theo, and they've been coming home because he's a World Series manager with the New York Yankees, so he won that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he'll be with the Phillies, so that makes the Phillies, I think, pretty good shape.
First game of the season in the NBA. Hornets over the Bulls, 126-125. Detroit over the Pacers, 119-110. So not so much on local favorites. Milwaukee is at Houston tonight, in case you care about those Bucks. NFL Thursday night action. Washington is 1-6 on the season. The Minnesota Vikings 5-2.
Really bad NFL teams. Monday night it's Pittsburgh at Miami. Oh. Is there any other thing we can do Monday night besides watch that game? Oh, my goodness.
Bears and LA Chargers on Sunday at noon, along with Broncos and Colts, and Saints and Arizona Cardinals, and the late game will be Green Bay and Kansas City. Also trending in football news is the Michigan coach, Jim Harbaugh, sending an email to folks saying he's not looking to leave. This is the 5th year of his 7-year contract. Of course, Michigan has a big game then against Ohio State on Saturday, and that's the later game in the evening. People probably watching that.
Again, which one?
Oh, maybe it's Wisconsin and
Ohio State Saturday
Ohio
night.
State. Okay,
yeah,
that's what I'm thinking about.
That was supposed to be the marquee game of the year. One of them.
Okay.
Anyway,
Penn State beat the Illini in a thrilling 5-set match. They've got Ohio State Saturday at Huff Hall.
I'm a Chris Thomas fan. Nighthawk, great voice.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Chris Thomas. They've lost some brutally hard matches, and a whole bunch of them in 5.
Volley for a Cure on Saturday. Yep. Get your pink gear from Game Day Spirit. Boy, they've got some nice displays. I was in there yesterday. Looking good.
There's not a nickel's difference between some of these top volleyball teams. So I think the Illini could make a run here at the end of this year and still have an amazing finish. All right, 12 before 9 and Jeremy Warner Show about 10, 12 minutes away.
Hi, I'm Troy Lands. Here's a great offer from Lands. For a limited time, we're offering instant rebates up to $1,000 or special long-term financing with approved credit on qualifying training systems. That's $1,000 in instant rebates or special financing. Call Lands for details or find us online at landsinc.com. And remember, it's hard to stop a train. Any season, anytime, you can count on Lands.
See Lands or visit train.com for complete program eligibility dates, details, and restrictions.
Trade pros. Whether you specialize in service or new construction, Ferguson knows firsthand how much work goes into a long day on the job, which is why we're committed to offering the products and solutions to get every job done right. With over 1,000 locations, an unmatched selection of specialty products, tools, and supplies, our pro pickup and same or next day delivery, you can trust that doing business with Ferguson will be the easiest part of your hard day's work. Visit Ferguson.com to find a counter location near you.
Officer Kelly Walton from Champaign Police Department. With your father being in the military, was he more of a disciplinarian and a tight ship at the house?
Everybody knows being a military family, you travel. And so, I think at one point in time we were in Omaha, Nebraska, where it was just bitterly cold. It snowed, feet. So, so I was kind of glad to get out of the area and move back into the Missouri, Illinois area. So.
Okay, very good. You mentioned kids. Do they look up to you in this role as a police officer?
It depends on the day. My youngest, she, when I come home from shift, she always asks me, did I get the bad guys? Or, now she's really trying to get, understand, my role, my position, being four, she's got some idea, don't have all of it there. So, but she's kind of learning. Then, of course, my oldest, he's like, yeah, Dad, you're a police officer. Yeah, that's kind of cool. How 14-year-olds are.
Exactly.
Law Enforcement Official of the Month brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com.
Homer Opera House presents She Kills Monsters, a play framed in the nerdy world of Dungeons & Dragons. This play features humor, some LGBTQ topics, as well as the emotional trauma of having lost someone close to you, all while fighting bugbears and beholders. The performances will be held at the Homer Opera House, October 18th, 19th, and 20th, and then on October 25th, 26th, and 27th. Friday and Saturday evening performances will be at 7:30 p.m., and Sunday performances at 2:30. Come out to the Homer Opera House to experience this amazing play.
Did you know the manufacturing industry employs more than 11,700 women and men in Champaign County? Join Champaign County EDC and the Atkins Group as we celebrate National Manufacturing Day and Illinois Manufacturing Month this October. Local companies like Latania Sports Group, APL Engineered Materials, and Apprentice are opening their doors to the public for tours, and we're proud to celebrate their contribution to our local economy. To learn more and register for these tours, visit mfgday.com. That's mfgday.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Planning a party or an event? Think Big Grove Tavern in downtown Champaign. With 3 large back rooms, Big Grove is the ideal place to host your next important gathering, whether it's for the team after the game or a timeless family gathering. Big Grove has the space and the hospitality to make everyone feel welcome. Features include a full bar and a menu with something for everyone. Contact sales at BigGroveTavern.com or call 217-239-3505 to reserve your private space.
All righty, one more peek at the weather.
All right, clouds today with a high 56, 41 our low tonight. 56 the high tomorrow, down to 39. starting out with some clouds, then partly cloudy, but more clouds overnight. And Saturday, we're coming into an 80% chance of rain, high 57, low 47, 63 on Sunday with partly cloudy conditions. We're currently at 44 on ESPN 93.5.
All righty, we have Jeremy Warner standing by, all the very latest. Heck, we got basketball starting in a couple of weeks. NBA has started. Buzz about the Cubs and David Ross. The Cardinals are going to make some moves, I think. I saw one guy say you just got to redo the outfield, including trade Dexter Fowler.
Oh, no.
I'm sure the Cubs want him back, so no. Problem is, I don't think you could trade Dexter Fowler.
I see.
Yeah, he makes too much. And Matt Carpenter's in the same kind of thing. He makes $18.5 million next year, and couldn't trade him either.
I see.
You do
one of those.
You know, it's one of those toughies. So you hang in there with Matt Carpenter and see if he can bounce back or come off the bench. Dexter Fowler, I think Cardinal fans would say, hey, thank you, great guy. We owe him $35 million for 2 more years.
Okay.
If we pay 30 of it, would you take him? And I think there'll be somebody that takes him.
I see.
For something like that.
Well, it's nice to see Tiger Woods trending on the top of the leaderboard in Japan.
Yeah. And every time there's any news about Tiger Woods, it's like, oh boy, I can't wait to watch. And the crowds still come. And he did not get off to a very good start yesterday, but he had like 9 birdies after he bogeyed the first 3 or some such number.
Orthoscopic surgery on his left knee 2 months ago.
Apparently he's doing better.
I guess so.
It's just amazing though, isn't it? That somebody like Tiger, it just pops up and he's the story.
He is.
When he does.
I turned it up when I heard it on the way in.
I'd watch it.
Exactly.
If I could get Japan TV. I don't know if it's on national TV, but it'd be tonight. They're like 15 hours ahead of us.
By the way, we were talking Michigan football. They're Notre Dame, and that's the Saturday night game.
Okay,
at 7:30.
so it's Wisconsin's at Ohio State. That's a noon game. And Illinois is 11 Central Time.
That's right.
Which is noon Eastern. Okay.
Beat Purdue.
See you tomorrow.
Enjoy the day.
It's, Friday tomorrow. Mike Ditka, Brother Johnny tomorrow morning. Jeremy's next. Thank you for listening. Have a great Thursday. If you want the best, go to Body and Soul Sports, your go-to for all your favorites. With shoes from Asics, Adidas, Brooks, and Nike. Get comfort and style with an in-store free gait analysis for the proper fit. Perform and look your best with apparel and gear for every season. There's swimwear to compete or for the beach anytime. Men, women, and kids can play like the pros. So walk, run, or ride to Body and Soul Sports. Great store, great service, great prices. Route 45 and Curtis Road in Savoy. Online, Body, the letter N, and soulsports.com.
This is Starla Carr with Provident Financial Group. Finding your way to retirement may feel like working your way through a maze. Without a guide, it's hard to see if you're headed in the right direction. We can offer guidance along the way to help you see the bigger picture and make good financial decisions. Contact us today at 3017 Village Office Place, Champaign. Call 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Ready to change jobs where you're working is putting your feet to sleep or maybe not letting your feet sleep at all? You have integrity, you're hungry to grow, you believe good things happen? I'd love to talk to you. Hey, it's Stevie J. As an equal opportunity employer, we have a rare opening for a senior account executive. Comes with the best list of clients ever. Also comes with a great benefit package. If you have integrity, you're hungry to succeed at a high level, you have a positive outlook on life, you have a little sales experience, love to talk to you. Simply send an email to me, Stevie at sjbroadcasting.com. Again, it's Stevie at sjbroadcasting.com. Hey, it's Stevie J. Like many, I knew all about Game Day Spirits Illini gear, but I wasn't so knowledgeable about the corporate apparel they do. But they do really great work. I've had some shirts done, and some of my employees have too. They're very high quality and perfect for your business or organization. If you need something in the summer, need something in the winter, Game Day Spirit does custom screen printing and embroidery for every season or style. From blue collar to the boardroom, they have you covered with corporate apparel. Get a quote. Email sales@gamedayspirit.com. And you'll be pleased.
Hi, I'm Habib. This year's Live to Lead was the best one ever. So we're hosting an encore presentation of the exact same program on Tuesday, December 10th at 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. at the I Hotel. John Maxwell, Angela Arenz, Marcus Buckingham of Strength Finder, Chris Hogan, and Rachel Hollis of Girl Wash Your Face. They rock the house. Don't miss this opportunity. Bring your team, bring your spouse, bring a friend. It'll be an amazing program that you won't forget. Buy your tickets at HabibHabib.com.
Long's Garage, the oldest auto repair facility in Champaign-Urbana, deals with engine repairs, transmissions, brakes, suspensions, electrical, air conditioning. But one thing they pride themselves on in the one-stop shop for vehicle repairs is tires. Kumho Tires is having an instant rebate sale. If you buy a set of 4 Kumho passenger tires, you get a $60 credit. If you have a truck and buy a set of 4 light truck tires, you get $120 credit. So go on to Long's Garage at 503 East Main Street or schedule an appointment at 217-367-3942.
Mike Golick here. As men, we all play a lot of positions in life, on and off the field. Well, Dove Men Plus Care celebrates a new definition of strength, one with care at its center. Real strength is shown through the care you give to the people that matter. That means your family, friends, and community, but it also includes you. Dove Men Plus Care Sport Care gives you the care you need on and off the field for the pregame, the ball game, to the postgame. Dove Men Plus Care Sport Care, designed for every position you play.
Looking for a place to host your company or organization's holiday party? Looking for great food and drink options? Look no further than Gifford's Long Branch Steakhouse. Donnie and the crew would love to host your private celebration Sunday, Monday, or Tuesdays in downtown Gifford. Steaks, seafood, chops, chicken, ribs, and more. Call 568-7722 for details. That's 568-7722. And don't forget, gift certificates from Long Branch make great stocking stuffers.
You know what I don't like is paying so much money on a cell bill, and guess what? I don't do that anymore, thanks to Andy at Premier Sound.
How you doing, Lon?
Good.
Every single day we see people come into the store with these $200, $300, $400 phone bills.
I had them.
It's crazy. Exactly. And so did I. I used to spend $150, $200 a month on a phone bill. Boost Mobile. Unlimited everything. Unlimited talk, unlimited text. We start off with 12 gigs of hotspot on all of our plans. $50 a month. We even have a $35 a month plan. You're not going to quite get unlimited everything on that, but for $50 a month, one person, we could go to 2 people for $80, wow. Unlimited everything. We could do 3 for $100. We could do 4 people for $100.
My goodness.
We could even do 5 people for $130 a month.
Family.
A month. No crazy taxes, no anything. You've got to check out Boost Mobile. I mean it. It's the coolest deal on the planet. No contract, no credit check. We could switch you and we'll give you free phones. Yeah, you got to come see us. Free phones. Just switch to us and we'll give you free phones.
Premier Sound.
Come see me. Corner of Prospect and Bradley in Champaign.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.